After a few weeks of setting a goal, it's quite normal for people to ask themselves, why am I doing this? What is the point of me trying to accomplish this specific goal? If you've started your fitness journey, in this video right now I'm going to remind you why it's so important to go to the gym and to stick to your goals. I often feel like we lose touch with the reason we started in the first place. So in this video I'm going to tell you what is the point of working out, why actually do it. I'm James from Athlete's Ability. On this channel I teach you how to build more muscle, how to lose more. If that sounds interesting to you, subscribe to this channel right now. I'm going to break this video down into 4 steps to make it really easy for you to follow all the way through. And don't forget my bonus tip right at the end of the video, which is going to sort of sum everything all up and put it all together for you. And also I've got a little free gift as well that you might be interested in. Tip number 4, and reason for living this fitness lifestyle, is self-confidence. I see it quite often, and I was definitely the same for you guys that know my story, that especially our millennial generation, we don't have much self-confidence. There seems to be some self-confidence lacking, and going to the gym is one of the best ways to do that. The reason is because you have to make more little promises to yourself every single day and be consistent with what you're doing, and getting good at something is how you build self-confidence. Confidence comes from competence, and to be competent means that you're actually good at something. And the way obviously we get good at something is by doing it over and over and over again. And when you become good at something, there's something that sort of changes upstairs. There's something that changes in your head all of a sudden, and you just become a more confident person. You trust yourself more. You trust in you. In my opinion, getting in shape is going to double your confidence for almost every single person. Your confidence is going to double just from training. The bottom line is you're just going to feel better about yourself almost all of the time, and it's okay to still have moments where we're insecure or have insecurities. That's fine, we all have them, but you're going to feel better most of the time, and who doesn't want that? The number 3 reason why you should go to the gym and train is because of happiness. People who are in good shape and work out are happier people, generally speaking, than people that are overweight or obese. If you are overweight or obese, you have nutritional deficiencies. Your body is not working how it should work, just to function throughout the day. Now obviously there is some exceptions to that rule, but for the most part people that are leaner will be healthier. When you go to the gym and lift weights, it sends a trigger to your brain to release dopamine, which is a feel-good hormone. This is not the only feel-good hormone that is released when we train. I'm not going to go through them all in this video, but we'll talk about that another time. But the point is, when you've done a big workout, and for those of you that train, you know that, you feel brilliant after your workout. You feel like you're actually taking something. You don't feel like you normally feel, you just feel amazing. And the reason for feeling so good is the dopamine that's released and the other feel-good hormones that's released after a weight training session. I remember my very first workout when I was 16 years old when I went to the gym. I was doing a preacher curl and I just got up off the bench to leave the gym, and I just had this feeling that I'd never felt before, and it was these rush of endorphins. And if you've never experienced that before, it's something amazing, and it just gets you addicted to wanting to go back to the gym and get that amazing feeling again. That combined with tip number 4 of feeling more confident, you're going to feel more happy, more confident, which is what this channel teaches you to do. Tip number 2, and just before we do, quickly leave a comment on this video and let me know what topics you want me to talk about, what fitness topics you want me to talk about, and how that might help you accomplish your goals, whatever they are, so that I can make future videos on those things. Tip number 2 is actually about growing. And when I say growing, I don't just mean growing your physique, growing your muscle size. I actually mean growing as a person and what training does for you. And this point also ties into the happiness point that I made earlier, and that is that as human beings, we're really only at peak happiness when we're moving forward. When we stay the same, when we're not improving, we're not at peak happiness. That doesn't mean we can't still experience happiness, but as human beings, we are definitely most happy when we're moving forward, when we're making progress, when we're improving in our lives, in our health, our career, all of these different aspects of life. Humans are more happy when we're progressing, when we're moving forward. When we're staying the same, we can't seem to gain any more happiness from that point until we start moving forward and improving ourselves. And that's exactly why I say it's always about making small improvements every day. and small improvements every single week over time add up, and it's also about that process of just getting slightly better, and I really believe that's where a lot of happiness comes from. Another amazing tip is tip number 1, and I also have the bonus after this, so you're really going to want that. It's all about self-discipline, but how I believe that sticking to a nutrition plan, and we've talked about why you should stick to a nutrition plan and how you can make that enjoyable for yourself. We've talked about that before in other videos, and sticking to a training plan, in my opinion, is actually probably the best way to build self-discipline. And the reason you should want to build self-discipline through training and eating the correct foods every day is because that translates over to other areas of your life. And fitness for me is that, and health in general, is the number one thing that's important for life. And that's because obviously without your health, you're not even going to be here, you're not even alive, you don't even exist without your health. So I believe it to be the number one important thing on the planet, really. However, fitness and health is not just the only thing. We have career, we have hobbies, we have so many different aspects to life, but building this self-discipline through training and eating the correct foods every day then translates over to other areas, and that's the amazing thing for me. That's the thing that I really love about fitness, and how it changes people and how it helps people out is not just what it does for your physique, it's again building that discipline so that you can go on and do other things in life, whatever that is. Maybe it's a specific place that you want to travel, and that self-discipline and confidence you've built from training gives you the belief that you can figure out a way to afford to travel to that certain place. It's totally different for everybody, but that's just one small example of what it can do for you. For me, every single time I've seen someone make a transformation, it just changes people for the better. It just completely changes people, and I've never not seen it change anybody, ever. And as promised, my bonus tip, which sort of sums it all up, really, for me, which is you just feel better every single day. And let me continue here a little bit and go a little bit deeper into this for a second. But you feel better every single day. Everything that you do, you just feel so much better. Your quality and experience of life is superior to most other people around you who have poor nutrition and don't train, don't exercise. People who train also get better sleep and feel more rejuvenated once they have got up. They don't feel tired all the time like a lot of other people do. There's more to this point because also it's been proven that people that do weight training live longer than people that don't. And ultimately that's what it's all about. If you can extend your life by an extra 5 years, for me, that's a no-brainer. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to do that. See your grandkids or your kids for another 5 years, accomplish whatever goals you have to accomplish, travel wherever you want to travel to. You know, all of these things, you just give yourself more time by training because you're going to live longer, because the average person who trains lives longer than the average person who doesn't. Also, I have an opportunity for you right now, just before I go, to download this free ebook. It's a guide for people that are beginners or intermediates. It will give you advice on training, on nutrition, on all the things I've spoke about in this video, and far more topics that are very important for your success, but also an easy read and a quick read, so there's no hesitation. It's not going to take you hours and hours and hours and hours to read it. It's something that everybody can do.